Octogeddon is the newest game from the original designer of the wacky strategy game Plants vs. Zombies, and those genes definitely show in some hilariously mutated ways. The objective is simple. You play as a giant octopus on a mission to wreck everything in sight. You seek vengeance for your fallen kin who have been turned into sliced delicacies. You do that by rotating clockwise or counterclockwise and letting your tentacles protect you from enemy projectiles or vehicles. In the starting levels, you'll find yourself in water, only able to rotate left or right. When you reach land, you'll have the ability to move left and right to avoid enemies and projectiles. It's a fascinating twist on the tower defense game. You are the one on the offensive, and your only objective is to swat the enemy defenses and leave a trail of crushed cars and rubble in your wake. As you defeat enemies and demolish buildings, you'll collect currency that you can then spend towards creating more tentacles, and outfitting them with things like snakeheads that shoot projectiles, claws that do heavy damage up close, and even penguins that freeze enemies and slow down their movement. If you die enough times and fail to destroy the precious landmarks like the Statue of Liberty or the Sydney Opera House, the game makes you start all over from the beginning. It's not a huge problem though. You'll finally get to spend those shells you've collected along the way to upgrade your loadouts, only this time with more firepower. That snakehead that spat venom can now become a king cobra head that shoots at a much higher rate. Your options for upgradable additions to your arsenal are also randomized, so there's an element of luck involved. It can sometimes screw up any plans you might have created along the way. Upgrade enough arms and at some point you'll eventually feel like a DJ, spinning around and mixing and scratching records behind your back. Even if your projectiles lack that little bit of range or your aim is off just slightly, it's tough not to have fun playing this game and laughing at all the little details. There are kangaroos running away with pedestrians in the streets while you trash Sydney as a rolling octopus with a chicken head tentacle shooting exploding eggs. I've had a good time so far diving into the game and catching that same vibe that Plants vs. Zombies gave me once I started mastering everything. Especially once upgrades start to open up new ways to defeat new enemies with more dynamic attack patterns. I'm going to be playing a lot more of this game, and if you missed that tower defense loop and want a fresh take on it, Octogeddon is absolutely worth your time. Octogeddon is available February 8th for Steam.